Figured I'd send you a video of how to do this. So what you need is a floor jack, a decent one. That's an old 3-ton Craftsman. And then there's a jacking point right underneath your passenger door. See how the plastic stops? And then it kind of skips, and then there's more plastic. Well, right in there's the pinch weld for the car. So that's where you want to jack it to get it nice high and up so you get underneath it. And then come to the front, and you're going to see underneath is the steering. There's a really big strong piece of steel right there where those bolts are. Get yourself a jack stand. Those are just Harbor Freight 2-ton jack stands. Just raise up the top pedestal until it touches, and then just lower your jack onto that, kind of like this. So your jack, you twist the handle and it goes down, and then the car will stay up. So I'm sure your dad's told you, but you don't want to ever get under the car only being supported by a jack. So that's why that's underneath there. And if you could see the back tires, I have some cheap Harbor Freight wheel chocks. That's just a fail-safe. Yes, the parking brake is on, but park works the front tires, which are off the ground. So parking brake, wheel chocks, jack stand. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so other side, just a carbon copy. You can see where the jack pedestal, I guess, is sitting on the pinch weld. That's the strongest part of the front of the car. Get it up so it's even, left to right with the other side. Get your jack stand, same thing. Shove it under that piece of A-arm way back in there. Oh, sorry about the movement. So where are we shooting for? Right there. So I like putting my release for the jack stand out so I can get to it, raise up my pedestal, and then lower the car down. Oh yeah. Same thing. All right, there you go. Now your car is supported and it's not going to roll. So an old school thing, old mechanics when I used to work at a shop taught me, take off your oil fill right here in the front. Where's that? Right there. Okay, the sun, sorry. Take your cap off, allows the engine to breathe a little easier, and then we're going to get our stuff for underneath. Okay, underneath you're going to need an oil drain barrel. That's an open top. It just makes it so much easier. The other option is a closed lid. It's formed all in one piece, and it has a very small removable plug on the top middle. I just find those to be a little more cumbersome just because I don't transport my oil to the recycler. I put it back in the old jug that the new oil came in, put it on the street during recycling collection day during garbage pickup service. Other thing to get underneath is a creeper. Many options on the market. This is just what I prefer. I use it a lot. It's very comfortable, and I've had it for about 10 years, and it's very good quality. If you're doing this just off and on, one thing to look at would be called the Magic Creeper, which is a piece of smooth silk fabric looped, and it just rolls as you push. So you can just lay it down and then you just roll in and out. It's actually really cool. And you could tuck it in the back seat of your car for travel if that's your thing. That's my thing, but you know, whatever. And then for your oil filter, you're gonna need an oil filter wrench. Again, I do this a lot. So this is the one I got. It's made by Lyle, the swivel gripper. Where's the, well, that's the size range, and I got it on Amazon. I don't think there's a part number, but anyways. So the idea is as you turn it, it will automatically clamp itself tight. It's a band clamp type thing. Again, there's many options out there. A really big pair of pliers will do the same thing. This is what I found that just works the easiest. And then the drain plug, you're going to need a small set of sockets. So Walmart sells a really cool Paint Girl set that's perfect for what you're doing. I don't know the size. I'll tell you the size in a minute, but you are going to need either a wrench or a socket set. So one second. Okay, under the car, there's your oil filter. So that's where your oil filter wrench goes. I'll give you more in depth on that in just a second. But what you're also looking for is the drain plug. So you're looking for the bottom of the engine, which is this right here. That's the oil pan. The other side is going to have the drain plug. So let me wobble over there. And we may have to remove that piece of plastic, but if we do, it's really easy. Those are just like a quick turn, twisty type thing. Not a big deal. You are going to get dirty, by the way. I think we have to remove that piece of plastic. Okay, so here's a little how-to. It should just be, yep, see, just a quick twist to the left, and then it's not even going to fall out. It just stays right in there. There's another one. Just a, whoa, dear heavens. Just a quick twist, see what I mean? Okay, come on. And then we got one more in the back. There it is. Okay, see? So I'm supporting my phone and that piece of plastic with one hand, my right hand, and then my left hand is gonna come over it. Come on now, baby. Why is that not cooperating? There we go. Okay, and then you just pop it out and you pull it out of the way. Oh my goodness. Out of the way. Oh, get! Yeah. All right, here's your drain plug. It's going to be the lowest point on the engine. So for reference, here's the oil filter. This is the front. So my hand is coming, my forearms at the bumper. Oil filter, oil pan, drain plug. So now you get your wrench, whatever size it is. Let me see. Not too big. That's a 16, so it's probably going to be a 15. So a 15 wrench or a 15 socket would be just fine. If you go the socket route, get 3/8, just because your handle for the wrench is just going to be a little bit longer, so you have more leverage. Because the fly-by-night Jiffy Lubes, boy, do they really put these stupid things on tight. I can't find a 15. One second. Okay, so when I mean a 15, sorry if I'm being mansplaining, I just want to be thorough. It's metric, so it's a 15 millimeter. That's going to be the size of the socket itself. When I say 3/8, that's the drive of the socket. So your 3/8 drive socket wrench is going to be a longer handle so that you have more leverage on it. Okay, so yes, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So I did this before. It's a good friend of mine. It's not going to be Jiffy Lube tight. Yes, that's a thing. So just, come on. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. Just get it to where it's loose. And then just pull it out by hand. Get your hand, well, I like to be by the front, because that way when the drain plug comes out, it's going to spray forward and not on me. And my hand on the back of the oil pan, because that way I stay relatively clean. And it doesn't go all over. So I'm putting tension on the drain plug so I don't lose it, for one, but two, so it doesn't start to leak. Keep putting finger pressure, indexing it on the drain plug, and then once you feel that it's loose, like I could pull it out right now, but see, it's barely just dripping. So grab it, have a nice firm hold on it, and then just pull it, and it'll go right into your bucket. And there is zero mess. Minimal on my hand. I don't even have a rag here with me, so, but you see it's dripping there, so I got to pull this. That way it all goes in. So what I'm going to do now is let all that drain, because the oil filter is too far away. The spread is too far away, so I can't do both at once. Plus, I just like to get as much out of the crankcase, oil pan, same thing, as I can. So I just kind of sit here for a minute and just chill, man. Just chill while it drains. Just relax. And black is good. This is about 400 miles past, so it's going to be a little bit more black. New cars, it's critical to stay on top of it, but that's totally normal. That's totally fine. If it looked like a milkshake, or if it was super sparkly, then you need to call me. You might have some other issues, but that's what you want to see. Nice and black, flowing like a good stream, and it looks uniform in color. Okay. Okay, so you're not going to get everything out right there. Is just about good. It's just going to continue to drain forever. This literally has been maybe 2 or 3 minutes. So that right there is bueno. Just get your finger and clean it up a little bit. You don't need to be perfect on it. Some people are ridiculous. This is a new drain plug, by the way, because what happens is that O-ring on the back is going to wear out and it's going to leak. So every second or third oil change, I will change the drain plug itself. This one's fine for this time. Next time I'll change it. I'll send you where you need to get this one. I think I got it on Amazon for them. So then you just put finger pressure on the top there. Just push it in. It's going to thread in by hand. If it doesn't thread in by hand, you have problems. Give me a call. Walk you through it. So now you just reverse that. Make sure you put your wrench to tight so that it tightens. And then this is all you need, okay? You get it snug with a wrench and then just a little baby love tap. Look, that's it. Jiffy Lube cranks on that thing. I have no idea why. So now you're gonna need the oil filter wrench. Okay, bring your, right there's where we're going. Hello. All right, bring it up. And then, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Hold on. Boy. All right, give me a second. Okay. So I have it loose, but this is what I did. So you put it up on top of that, and then as you turn it to the left, it's just gonna clamp it because you're pulling, that upper rivet is pulling the band clamp tight. So as you turn it to the left, it's just gonna get tighter and tighter and it'll just loosen up your wrench. So all you gotta do is just get it loose. Okay, put that down and then walk it out. So you're gonna let it drain. Couple threads, let it drain so it doesn't get all over your pretty little hands. If you wanna use those surgical gloves, because I'm sure you have super more pretty nails than I do. Not a problem. It just saves scrubbing with Dawn. That's what I use. I don't use hand cleaner. Take your rings off. They will puncture the gloves. And this will drain for just a second. So yes, I'm going to sit here for a second because there's one really important thing. When you take off your oil filter, you got to make sure that the rubber O-ring comes off with the filter and doesn't stay on the engine. Sometimes if they go for a long while without being changed, the O-ring that's on top of the filter will stick to the engine and that will cause a leak and you'll just pump out within seconds all of the oil in the engine. So I know you don't want to do that. So that's why it's important. So you can see the O-ring on top of the filter there, and where it threads into, all you see is just aluminum, fresh clean aluminum. So if you want, you just get your finger and run around. Okay, that could be really dirty. I'm going to behave. Just make sure that there's no rubber O-ring on that, okay? All right, give me a second here. Okay, so what new mechanics are going to tell you, fill your filter full to the top with oil, wipe all that off, put fresh clean oil on there. I've been doing this for decades, and the idea is to have oil on the base, the outside ring where the O-ring is going to contact, so that you can get a nice snug fit. Your car, this car also is not turbo, so you don't need to fill that up. And besides, that's what the size of a coffee cup, that's going to fill up really soon. So ignore all the nonsense on the internet. I tell my brother that all the time too. So just leave it like that. Just pull it off. Make sure the O-ring is not on the engine, is on the filter. Make sure this is nice and clean, and then just thread it up there. That oil that's dripping is going to spin in a circle with the filter and give you a nice clean base. So just thread it all the way up there, and all you're doing is let it go in by hand, okay? And then you want to give it at least, people say a quarter, I say a half. You're not going to put the wrench on it. That's the idea, okay? You're just going to get up here and just wrench it. 1 second. Okay, so I just did that with 2 hands. That's it. That's all you need. Just spin it up there so it's snug, and then just go as far as you can with your hand. Maybe put your second hand on top of your first hand just to get an extra double grip and just see how much farther you can go. But do not put the oil filter wrench on there. And the reason being is after it builds pressure and dries for a while, you're never gonna get it off. Don't Jiffy Lube it. That's all you need, okay? Now we're gonna go to the top. I forgot to tell you, that useless piece of plastic, this is my friend's car, so yes, I'm gonna put it back on, but it's a useless piece of plastic. So if you get my drift, you don't really wanna put it on there. It's a useless piece of plastic. I am gonna put it back on because it's my friend's, okay? I'll be right back. So if you are gonna put yours back on, what I did was laid from the front, and then I put my forearm along the bottom like this and kind of laid under it. That way my chest and forearm is supporting it. Line up the back one first and then come to the front. It's not that big of a deal, but just another step. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to pour this one-handed. I don't have a GoPro, I don't have a stand, I'm not a YouTuber. I get a nice funnel. Get yourself a decent funnel. You will use it more than often. It just keeps you from spilling a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll go over the oil and the stuff to get later. That's a 5-quart jug, so it's kind of big, but whatever. Okay, all 5 quarts in the engine. Boom, done. So what I am going to do next is put my filter into the filter box. That just goes in the garbage can. And then I'm going to pour all of that oil back into the jug. That's why I get the big 5-quart jug, and it just all goes out on the street during recycling collection day. Over here it's on Friday, but whatever. So I know they take it here on the curb. They should wherever you live. Sacramento County should all be the same. So okay, I got all 5 quarts poured back into the old jug. Just put it there with the recycling bucket. Take it when the garbage truck comes. So now it takes a 5 quarts. 5-quart engine takes 5 quarts of oil, so it's full. So we're gonna start it and just check for leaks. Oh golly! Make sure everything is normal. So what we're looking for is the no oil light. Oil change is different because I haven't reset it yet. But make sure your oil pressure light is not on. If it does not turn off your engine. And then if it's good, we're gonna come out and just check for leaks. Any noises, any leaks, you're gonna have some spill, that's just the motor. But if we're not leaking, we're done, you're good. You just saved yourself $100.